Willpower is the ability to move towards a goal, despite obstacles and inconveniences. This is written in thousands of articles and in Wikipedia.
It's funny, because willpower does not exist. People came up with a fairy tale about willpower because in the game called life it is pleasant to consider yourself a player. But it is very unpleasant to be a game piece. And also to make it easier to harm others. Look around. A drug addict will not use his willpower to become normal. Even when it comes to his life and death. Why does he not move towards his goal, despite obstacles and inconveniences? Because willpower does not exist in nature.
It exists, it's just too weak for him. Its strength is not enough to cope with the addiction.
Really? If willpower existed, then it could be trained like any other force. Then its development would become the most important activity in the life of every person. Half of school lessons should be devoted to the development of willpower. Oh, how much you can achieve in life. You can earn a lot of money and play sports. You can get rid of any addiction and lose weight. But there is one nuance. No willpower. Look at how many fat, dependent and poor people there are around you. It turns out that most people have too weak willpower and it is impossible to develop it. Or they don't have it at all.
You can give other examples. For example, an athlete gets a serious injury that is incompatible with sports. And, despite this, he recovers and continues his sports career. Exclusively on the strength of his spirit and achieves success.
But what does willpower have to do with it? Wouldn't it be logical to leave sports after such injuries and make a career in some other areas? That would be willpower.
It won't work in other areas. There is a calling and talent.
A little more, and you will agree with me that there is no willpower at all. God gave people freedom of choice. But Satan intervened and took away people's will. Instead, he gave the illusion of freedom. Moreover, people do not determine their behavior or their destiny at all. There is no strong willpower, nor weak willpower. None.
I decide for myself how I will spend my day off. If I want, I will watch TV all day. If I want, I will go for a walk in the park. I also determine more important things myself.
And how do you choose? Maybe there is a need for something. Maybe doing something is boring, and something is interesting. What does willpower have to do with it? There are other reasons for action. It is only an illusion that a person acts as he wants himself. Everything that a person does, he always does only because it is interesting to him. Or he is forced to do it by the level of necessity, or the influence of other people. But never, willpower. There is really one way to force yourself to do something uninteresting, but I can't tell you it, since it is prohibited by the rules of YouTube. God cannot return people's will. Because then the world will turn into hell. Life will become gray. All the diversity of relationships will collapse, the unpredictability of situations will be destroyed. People will fall into severe depression due to loss of interest. Do not try to achieve anything by willpower. It is impossible to use what does not exist.